Hello everyone, it's Matt here and welcome to the post MK Brick Show or Milton Keynes Brick Show vlog. Now you may be wondering, just sort of going, you didn't mention it before and that sort of stuff. Well, it was a bit of a rush job, if you like. I hadn't really made any hard choice about going a couple of days before, and it was actually messaging Tech Brick that got me in, because they sort of asked them if I could pick an order up at the show instead of having to wait for it. I sort of went, yeah, you can. So I placed an order very early Friday morning. I got to work and it was pretty much the first thing I did. Obviously, check the work situation and see if anything was urgent. And quickly place the order, and then message them, sort of say, yeah, it's order such and such. I think it's 19 or something like that. And then as Brick Central members, we got free entry anyway. I think there was something to do with the fact that we'd helped organise it, or we'd helped, advise them, or members of Brick Central had been able to advise them and help them out and that sort of stuff. So that again helped with that sort of thing. And then as well, late Friday evening, Mario's Bricks, who I've known from previous events, and he's given me lists to Lego events before. I saw he messaged me very late last night, Friday. I think it was about like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and sort of went, "Are you going to the MK Brick Show?" Yeah, yes. And he sort of went, "Well, I can give you a lift, but you've got to be outside your house at like 6 o'clock." And I was just like, "That's fine by me." I had a late evening, so I wasn't all that awake yesterday, but so I got up at 5:30, got dressed, made myself a cup of coffee, toasted a muffin, packed my bag with a few bits and pieces, and went outside at just after 6 o'clock, and then he turned up. So it all went off reasonably without a hitch, and the roads were quite quiet as well. So we made it to Milton Keynes about 7:20, I think it was. A bit early, maybe a bit later. I'm not entirely too sure. It's so we got in, set up the show, and I think pretty much everyone was set up. Some of them arrived later than others, and it was about 20 to 10, and I actually went off to go and find a cash point because I didn't have much on me, and do that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's reasonably good and that sort of stuff. So obviously I've discussed the show, and there's great amount of exhibits there, such as the Ewok base on Endor. That was quite substantial. That actually arrived in huge crates pre-assembled, and it's literally just open the crate up, slide it out onto the display stand, and then take the crate away for storage. And I'll be B-roll running obviously, but it was a great event. And some of the stuff I had not seen before, and it was great to see, and that sort of stuff. So I'm actually going to do this in Tech Brick, in terms of haul, Tech Brick, then show, and then Lego store. So the Tech Brick order, which I should point out, they were very generous and gave me a bit of a discount because I'm a member of the LNUR, so a possible perk for those of you interested. I'm actually going to do this in biggest to smallest. I've gained, some of you may know what these are. These are R104 turnouts, and these are the, if I orientate them correctly, the right hand version. And it wouldn't be fair just to stick to right handed, so there's two for the left as well, so there's two each, so I can actually do crossovers. And the reason being, I'm actually hoping to do a display at Bristol Bricks, which will be a video on its own. And for that display, I need some crossovers. And these, combined with the double crossover I've already got, will really make the main line running a lot easier. Now, obviously, I don't have the siding curves, so I can't use these on their own. But plan doesn't have them on their own anyway at the moment, so that's not too much of an issue. From what I've seen of them, and I'm just having a really good look now at the backs. I've not seen it before. You know, they're reasonably well designed. They've got good clutch capabilities. Ballasting them is going to be interesting, I want to say, because obviously, and I'll show you the reverse of this one, it's all straight for the tyres until you get to about here, so you got this angle bit, so that could be an interesting blend of trying to get those in. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then I bought some separately, but you also get some with the turnouts, and you get these half lengths. So these are 8 studs long in length compared to the standard Lego 16. I think I bought 4, and you get 1 per turnout as well, because the turnout's only 2.5 standard track panels long, which is a bit weird, but never mind. And I also got some quarter lengths as well, so these are just 4 studs, so tiny in comparison. So that's sort of like an expansion to the track work, and you know, it will help me do certain bits and pieces. And there's also an S-brake. Now the S-brake's not actually in here. I've actually taken it out. It's actually up there ready to go in the second Metroliner car, cab car. And the S-brake is actually part of a grander scheme, because the S-brake is when I give a bit of backstory. When I backed the S-Brick Plus and Kickstarter, I actually went for the double pack, which they sort of build us for train fans, I think. And I sort of went, well, that's very good, because I can actually get 2 and use them for the Metroliner project, which has not really had any progress on it for half a year, as an aside. But what happened was that the S-Bricks, when I tested them, I was just like, ooh, this is actually really good. I could probably use this for the Santa Fe diesel I'm building. So one went off into that, and then it's just like the Metroline project was just languishing there and doesn't have an S-Brick, so I can't use both motors because there's one in each end of the train, so it should have a reasonable amount of oomph. So I was able to get another one of those. So it's great, you know. I can fit that all up, wire it all up, and you know, I've got 2 cab cars. It'll be interesting to see if the motors give really good performance and they're similar. And I've got to work out how to pair them up and have them both work in conjunction with each other. That's going to be interesting. But that's something for the future and future worries, and I'm not concerned about it just yet. So yeah, that was the tech brick haul. And you know, they're really big machine. The turnouts, I knew how big they were, but when you see them again, it's just a bit, they're seeming bigger than I thought. So first things first, and I really want to give a shout out and thanks to Chef Bricks, who's run by Kevin Hyatt. He was originally an importer of a lot of the brick arm stuff, and if you build brick model railroad locomotives, well, not locomotives because they've not released it yet, but freight cars, that sort of stuff, you will be aware that they use a lot of these. These are the brick arms U-clips in this bag and the monopods in this bag. And those are not all that common in the UK. I mean, I was able to get some from him at a show I want to say a year, 2 years ago. And it was, you know, quite good to able to get them there, and it's and some of them have actually already been used, and I've actually been running low on some of the pieces. So it's been a good opportunity to get some of those and, you know, get that sorted. But he messaged me again. This is another perk to going to the MK Brick Show. He sort of messaged me several days ago and sort of went, you know, I found these, you know, if you're at the MK Brick Show, I can give them to you. I think it was MK Brick Show or the Yorkshire Brick Show, which I think was this weekend as well, which is actually running today because it's Sunday. I'm recording this. Something, you can, if you column it at the event, I can give you this. And I was just like, fantastic. So yeah. And speaking of chef bricks, random bag of parts. These are mostly black. There's a window for the warehouse. But there's just a general sort of odds and sods. There's some green and brown bricks, some plates, largely just a load of little bits and pieces. Pieces which I've got some of already, but a stock of them won't hurt. So I'll just put those there. I think this was the next batch. Yes. It's quite a good amount of sellers. And from one seller, I don't know who they were. 4x10 plates in black and dark bluish grey. Some of the old arch pieces. That'll probably be a better one to show you. And there's 6 of those, bag of 4 and a bag of 2. And then we've also got one of the old cooking pots. I think it was from Scala. But they've also used it in some system sets, so I've bought one of those, so I can use that in something. That bag empty. And then move that out of the way. Well, I was also at the show, I was able to purchase 3 of these regular green base plates. Now, one of these is actually quite clean, which is this back one. It's in nice pristine condition, nice and clean, no dirt on it whatsoever. These 2 are a slightly different story. They're slightly dusty and slightly dirty, being kept out a bit, so these could do with the clean before being used. But yeah, it's great to actually have some more green base plates. I could have bought more, didn't. Partly because I actually ran out of money at that point, but I was, almost ran out of money, but it was just a case of, there's no real point getting me more than those at the moment until I've sort of worked out what I've actually got and what I need and that sort of stuff. And the last things were some 1x2 trans clear bricks. These are without the centre pin. These are going to be used for windows in the commuter coaches, so represent windows which are halfway up, and for the end doors as well in the corridor diaphragms at the ends. And there's also 8 pieces of straight track. These were £3 for a pack of 4, so there's 6 here, and obviously at £3 for a stack of 4, that works out to be 75p each, if my maths works correctly, because it's 150 for 2 and then 75 for 4, 75 for each quarter. So the Lego store haul, and those of you following on Instagram have already seen this because I uploaded the photo during the middle of the night when I was awake and kind of bored. We have another Pick-a-Brick cup, and they've got a load of the Easter elements in still, but they've actually separated them into individual bins. So we've got, for example, the rather nice leaf element, the 3-pronged one. They're in bright green rather than regular green. So I'll probably post a Bricklink order at some point for some regular green ones, so I can mix and match them into trees, so it gives a bit of age to the foliage. We've got some of the stalks as well. These are the ones which don't have the stud underneath. It's the bar, so you can actually stack them quite nicely, but there's quite a few of those. There's also some of the flowers as well, the Easter ones, the pink ones. I think it's dark pink, or regular pink, I'm not quite sure. And then there's a load of other bits in here, like some bricks, some tan plates, quite a lot of tan plates, because I've restocked for when I eventually do a beach scene. There's some green plates, dark bluish grey plates, some black 1x2 bricks. You know, there's a whole host of stuff here. It was mostly foliage. I want to say about 2/3 of it is actually just like greenery and that sort of stuff. So it's good on that perspective. And they've also had some nice new elements on the Build-A-Fig stand. So I'll actually pop this open. And they've got, for example, the Tribal Chief helmet. I think this actually came with originally launched in the CMF range, so it's good to get something like that. I'll actually be putting this as a display piece somewhere, possibly if I make a museum or some sort of thing like that, it'll go there. But your other parts in here, you know, there's some trunk sort of bathing shorts, so design, so that will go for the beach scene, which is quite a good buy. We got your flannel shirt, and there's just a general head. They're fairly common in City. They've got, and this is a new one. This is actually was in the CMF for, I want to say last year, but I'm probably wrong. No, it won't be last year because last year was the birthday series, so it'll be the series before. The French pug that came with the Frenchman CMF. They've got those in there as well. And because I'm modelling the Thurston's Forces, I'll probably have some farm work. So we've got a pitchfork, always useful to have one of those. Grey cat. I've probably got loads of those already, but I've bought another one. I don't know why. Then we've got a Ninjago. I'm going to do this like that, so hopefully it can be seen better. There's an Ninjago torso, a new or fairly recent female face. It's actually with a quite nice smile, reasonably. I'll just try and... there's actually quite a nice hairpiece as well, so there's one of those. And then the last sort of group in here is actually a collection of just female hairpieces, or short hairpieces I should say, and some faces. So you have a hairpiece. I should take photos of these. You got a hairpiece with a face with some stubble. You've got a sort of face with what looks like a paint splodge on it and some stubble. And then you've also got the hairpieces as well, which are quite nice. There's a nice variety there. Some of which I've not really seen in regularity. And it actually makes a change because I've not actually unboxed my previous Build-A-Fig box, which is here. So, you know, got to get through these as well yet. So, there's quite a lot of Lego to go through. And there's another one of those torsos in there as well. So, so yeah, that's it for the Milton Keynes Brick Show vlog. So yeah, there's quite a few videos I want to do and in the pipeline at some point or another. So yeah, you know, that's it for the MK Brick Show vlog, and see you soon.